3 of the 4 next-gen scholars that have been privileged to be a part of the Stanford Humanities Center community for the 2025-2026 cohort. And we are first and foremost just so grateful for the individuals who've been so helpful in getting us here and allowing us to do the research that we get to do. And we just wanted to share some of the achievements and some of the success stories that have made this year such a wonderful year, I think, as researchers for us.
I came here with a lot of expectations, but they exceeded even that. What I imagined myself doing here is finishing my dissertation, and I'm kind of like in the end stage now. But what the conversations here at the Humanities Center and the support has allowed me to do is to think of my dispersed chapters as a single coherent project and really actually a dissertation and potentially a book. So I think that that is one of the major accomplishments, I think, for, you know, my own personal graduate studies program.
Yeah, that's amazing, Farah. For me, this fellowship was also instrumental in bringing my dissertation near to completion. I've managed to get one paper accepted for publication, one chapter of my dissertation, another one, the other two are one under review, another one also almost ready to send out. And that has put me in a better position for the job market for sure. And yeah, I mean, the fellowship, being here with other people and from different disciplines just enriched my project so much. It allowed me to communicate my project to other scholars who are not in philosophy and to explain the meaning of my project to them.
Well, I just want to reiterate the same that you two have shared. This has been a very productive year. I was fortunate to actually finish my dissertation, and I did it in part, thank you. I did it in part because of the great community that we have here. Yeah. And, you know, being able to workshop different chapters, different thoughts and ideas, you know, whether that was at lunch or whether that was at the talks on every Tuesday. And I never felt as confident in the project as I did being here in the community, you know, and being part of scholars from various different disciplines and fields who could think about things that I hadn't even thought of, you know, before the year started. So
I also think, you know, for the next generation scholar fellowship, there was also the professionalization component that was extremely important. And first I didn't really know what it meant, in a sense that we know we wanted to be scholars, and that means that we have very, you know, various things that are expected from us. But the fact that I could actually think about that this year specifically was so helpful. I ended up like designing a course for to teach at Stanford during the summer called From Atlas to Apollo, Imagining the World in the Age of Empires, which was something I've been really wanting to think and teach about for a long time. So yeah, I think that was kind of one of the cool components that was surprisingly effective and really productive in my case. And I was wondering also what you did.
Yeah, so I was very lucky in being able to be on the job market for the first time this year, and because I was here, you know, workshopping my professional documents, you know, whether it was the cover letter, whether it was a teaching statement, it did result in a position that opened up that I'll be starting next year. So very grateful, and I feel like the Humanities Center just gave me the space and the opportunity to kind of be more prepared than what I would have been, you know, without it. So, César.
Yeah, for me it was also preparing for the job market, preparing my application materials, including the syllabi for courses that two of them I'm going to teach next year actually here at Stanford. One course is an introduction to moral philosophy, another one is introduction to the philosophy of climate politics, and a third one, introduction to environmental ethics. And also I also identify as an artist scholar, and actually being at the center has been crucial for me to develop that identity, because I've interacted with so many people whose research expands beyond academia. And this past year, being here also allowed me to develop a theater show It was a solo show that involved a lot of research, including research that is not the one I'm used to. I was running interviews with people, with Venezuelan immigrants about their experience, and that culminated in a 90-minute solo show that I performed, and that experience, some people from the
It was great.
center came, and that was one of the highlights of my year for sure.
Really wanted to write for a long time for a public audience, and I ended up, you know, getting a book contract at like a publishing house in the Netherlands. And I also started to like write 2 chapters that I thought I had completed, but after conversations here with scholars, like you guys said, like from all fields and disciplines that are so inspiring, it really made me rethink a lot of the concepts that I was working on, like displacement, refugeehood, empathy. And I don't think that would have happened if I wasn't here at Humanities Center.
Yeah, and I've always said, you know, academia, especially in the humanities, it trains you to study in isolation, right? You go from undergrad to grad,
absolutely.
and at the end of the program, you are with yourself and this, you know, this project that you've been working on for so long in the corner of the library, right? And so the Humanities Center kind of just pushes against that narrative, right? That you don't have to do this in isolation, you could do this in community.
Yeah.
And I feel like my work definitely shows the communal aspects of just talking with people and
Absolutely.
and you know, just taking a break once in a while to just hear about other people's research and learning what they're doing, and you know, just really feeling encouraged by other people's works, you know, and just learning what everyone else is doing.